Imagine a world where every act of violence or danger could be detected the very moment it begins. Not minutes later, not after it's been recorded, but in real time as it happens. A world where artificial intelligence is quietly watching over public spaces, malls, banks, and streets. Not to invade privacy, but to protect human life. That world isn't far away because it's already possible. I know that because I built a system that does exactly that. Every day, thousands of cameras around the world capture endless hours of footage. From supermarkets to airports to schools, everything is recorded. But here's the problem. Those cameras don't really see. They collect images, but the people in charge can only monitor a handful of screens at a time. When something happens on a camera that isn't being watched, it can take minutes before anyone even notices. And in those minutes, everything can change. A robbery, an assault, a life. That's the flaw in traditional surveillance. It records everything, but it protects almost nothing in real time. I wanted to change that. I wanted to give those cameras real awareness. A way to notice violence, to recognize when something dangerous is happening, and to react instantly. That's what led me to build a system that uses artificial intelligence to analyze surveillance cameras' feed. Here's how it works. The system takes one picture from every surveillance feed, every second or every 2 seconds, for example. Each image is then sent to an AI model that can recognize different categories of behavior. It doesn't just see pixels or colors, it interprets what's happening. The output comes back as structured data that contains probabilities for things like violence, weapons, or dangerous actions. For example, the AI might respond with something like violence 0.31, harassment 0.07, threatening 0.9. Each of these numbers represents a level of confidence. If the violence score is 31%, it means the AI thinks there's a real chance something bad is happening. And this is where the flexibility comes in. I can define what counts as an alert. Maybe I want to be notified when violence goes above 20%. Maybe I prefer 30% or even 10%, depending on the location and its tolerance for false alarms. It allows the same system to be used in a shopping mall, in a bank, or in a crowded street. Once the system receives a frame that crosses the threshold, it immediately reacts. It can send an alert. It can push that camera feed to the top of a security dashboard. Or it can send a direct notification to whoever is responsible for safety. No human has to stare at dozens of screens. The AI does that part, tirelessly, every second, for every camera at once. Now think about what that means in practice. Imagine a mall with 100 cameras. Normally, security might only watch 10 of them on the main screen. But in my system, the AI monitors all 100 simultaneously. The moment something unusual happens, the AI marks that feed as high priority and it takes over one of the main screens automatically. That way, security staff are instantly looking at the right place. The place where something is actually happening. The same logic applies everywhere. At a school, the system could notice a fight before a teacher does. On a street, it could spot a violent incident and trigger a nearby alert. What makes this powerful isn't just detection, it's scale. One human can watch maybe 10 screens at once. A machine can watch thousands 24 hours a day. Never distracted, never tired, never looking away. It doesn't replace humans, it empowers them. It lets people focus on decisions, not on endless observation. Technically, the core idea is beautifully simple. Video feeds become still frames. Still frames become data. The data becomes understanding. And understanding becomes immediate action. All the AI returns is text and numbers. And yet, those numbers can mean the difference between missing a crime and preventing one. I've run several tests and demos with different kinds of footage. When nothing happens, the violence score stays low. But the moment an aggressive action appears in the frame, the number jumps and the alert triggers instantly. It's not about watching the entire video. It's about noticing the right moment, the few seconds that actually matter. The beauty of this system is that it doesn't care who is in the video. It doesn't identify faces. It doesn't track people. It only analyzes motion and context to understand whether violence might be taking place. That means it respects privacy while still improving safety. It's not about surveillance of individuals. It's about awareness of events. Now think beyond a single building. Imagine a city running this kind of intelligent monitoring layer. Hundreds of cameras, all feeding into one central AI brain. When something dangerous happens anywhere, in a subway station, a market, or a street corner, the system notices and alerts the nearest responders instantly. Response times could drop dramatically, and in many cases, crimes or injuries could be prevented instead of just recorded. And this idea doesn't stop at physical spaces. The same kind of technology can protect the digital world. Right now, huge platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and many others spend hundreds of millions of dollars on moderation teams that manually review violent or harmful videos. People sit for hours every day watching disturbing content, just so they can decide what to remove. AI can handle that work in milliseconds. It doesn't need to know who you are. It just needs to recognize when someone is in danger. We already have the cameras, the networks, and the computing power. All that was missing was the layer of intelligence to connect them, to give them the ability to understand. That's what this project represents. A small step toward a future where AI isn't just something we use, but something that helps protect us. If used wisely, AI could make the world not only more efficient, but truly safer for everyone. Every camera could become more than just a silent witness. It could become a participant in safety, an intelligent eye that helps humans see what they otherwise might miss. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.